Right. Welcome to Requiems of Texas. This is Robin. Have with us today Mikey, Heather, and is it Steven or Steve?
Steven,
Okay. Just
or
want to make sure. Yeah. I called somebody Al for like an entire meeting, and he's sitting there going, "Who's Al? Who's Al?" His name was AJ. I'm like, okay. So this one's just kind of real quick and easy. We're going to go over some stuff for the Spring Homesteaders and Preppers Bazaar before we get to the Ren Fair.
okay,
Mikey, I need a help for push with presenters and vendors between now and the end of the year.
Okay.
We probably beginning of February will know our cutoff of how many people we have up front,
Okay.
and then we'll see where we're at, and we'll see how much extra space we have in March to know how much we can have for rent.
Okay. Sounds good.
We do need a push for sponsorships, volunteers, and flyer distribution, especially the sponsorship. I have a presenter that would like to come in and do self defense, but he wants to get paid $200.
Oh.
Yep, and he wants a guaranteed class size too. And I said, I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that. So I don't know that he's going to be out here or not. That's asking a little bit much.
Yeah. Okay.
Ren Fair, Bandera County. What do we have right now? I don't know if you had a chance to look at it, Mikey.
I haven't yet. And for okay, names are escaping me today. The belly dancers.
Yeah, Local Tribe.
Yeah, Laura. Right. So it's kind of iffy because if we don't have electricity down there.
Where I'm thinking of putting hers, you know where we had movie nights?
Yes.
We've got a bunch of stuff back there, so I'll set a 10 by 20 up there with, going along the back, and then we'll put a couple posts so it's out to the side and help kind of cover all that. And
Okay.
I think that's feasible for us to run power because we'll pull all the wiring into the chicken coop and the aquaponics is not being used right now. That we
Okay.
can go out there, and that's something you and I can do is go out there and unfeed all of the electrical cord, and
Okay.
then we can run that. It's like 300, 400, 450 feet of electrical, industrial electrical cord.
Okay.
And run up
Right.
there and get power.
Okay, because that was the only thing that she was really waiting on to hear about is if there was going to be electricity.
Yeah, I mean, and that's right there by the gate, so it's a straight shot up
Okay.
where the power box is to up there, and we'll just use that for our entertainment area. We won't put any vendors in there at all.
Okay.
We'll set up all of our chairs and our little table so people can get food, go down and be entertained while they're eating. And
And then for any other entertainers, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't had a chance to look at it.
okay. Well, I think the biggest thing with entertainers is we need to get sponsors to pay them. I mean, we're 7 years out now. We should be able to start paying entertainers.
Right.
Evidently, I just don't know the right people out here, or I'm not saying the right words. I don't know if you've reached out to Del Rio to see if maybe you can get you know, ask them how did they approach their sponsors. If they have like a templated email or a set speech. Um,
Does not look like I did yet, but I will send them a message.
okay. So that's kind of where I'm at. I figure once we get closer in February, then we can start doing a bigger push for vendors.
Okay.
We're still getting enough word of mouth, and people are applying for the homesteaders and preppers, and they're seeing the rent fair and they're applying for that too.
And I do have a verbal yes from the one food truck.
Okay.
But of course, cost may come into that because my other event is less. So, but I will
Well,
definitely.
with vendors, if they don't power, they're free. I mean, of
All
course, we
right.
can't do anything with power.
Oh, cool, because he is self-contained. Okay.
Yeah, as long as he's self-contained, I just need to know how big his truck is so that I can plan out a space for him in front of ours. One thing I do know is that Bill and Eva do not want food trucks in front of their place. They should be, they stated that when we had Ren Fair here before, when we had events here before.
That what?
They did not want any food trucks in front of their place because they have the backyard bistro behind them.
Yeah. What'd they say about Ren Fair? Stop it. Sorry.
He was
Excuse me.
when I was talking to him about Ren Fair in 2019. It's okay.
All right. I think he's good now.
Yeah, they have their own restaurant that they want us to promote, which makes sense. And you know, I don't blame them for not wanting, you know, they weren't saying we couldn't have food trucks. They just weren't willing to let food trucks set up in front of them.
Right, because they don't want it to interfere with their bistro. And I completely get
totally get that. I think they will be okay with mobile and the Pipe Creek volunteer firefighters setting up in front of there for homesteaders and preppers.
that. Okay.
I don't want to invite the Bloodmobile out. They are currently open that weekend. So I don't want to invite them out in the Salvation or Red Cross. I think I don't remember which one it is.
Red Cross.
Red Cross. Okay. I don't want to invite them out until I know I have somewhere for them to set up.
Okay. Did you have a question, Stephen?
Yes.
I was just going to ask, you know, go ahead and ask away with what any questions you have on how
What's
you feel.
the Homesteader and Preppers Bazaar?
Yes.
What is that? Who are
it's like an outdoor home and garden show with a healthy dose of self-reliance. So we're going to have presenters. We're going to have presenters there. I believe John said that his group was going to do bushcrafting skills. Steve was going to do wound triage or something like that. I think he's wanting to do. I have not heard back from Jeremy or anybody else as to whether they're going to be out here yet. Talking about
what is the date of that?
That is March 15th, and then we have a fall one that is September 20th.
March 15th. September 20th. Cool.
And so then we'll have an area that's for presenters and people who sell homestead stuff and prepper stuff. We'll have our little sponsor zone. Renewal for Anderson, Mikey, will be at all 3 events.
Okay.
They donated $200.
Cool. Okay.
So that went to help pay for the website. So they've been really excellent about that. Haven't heard from anybody else that's going to be in that area. We'll probably put Deja there because it's right there by the entrance.
Okay.
That way, if she needs to leave early, she can.
Okay.
I have not heard anything from Bandera Ag Extension. I know he kind of leaves at 3 o'clock, comes at noon and leaves at 3.
Right.
So I will let you reach out to him.
Okay. I can do that.
We'll maybe have him do, since it's spring, maybe get him to talk about, I don't know, something with gardening. Or see if he can get the master gardeners to come out from Kerrville.
Okay.
So, and they can do a couple presentations on gardening, you know, water conservation. Deja is sending our contact information out to 3 or 4 other local agencies similar to what they do.
Okay.
They would be interested in it. There is Bandera Emergency Management on the Bandera website. If you can, reach out to them for fall, because September is National Preparedness Month. I kind of like to have our own little expo, outdoor expo, like what they had in Kerrville.
Okay. And what was the name of that one again?
It's a Bandera County Emergency Management Services. And it's on the Bandera County website. I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
No worries.
What we're doing, Steve, is we're trying to get all the event stuff over to Mikey. So she's learning the entire process right now. So it's one more thing off of my balancing act of plates and everything. And it also gives her one of our final goals with our property up front is to be able to let people rent it out for events. So she needs to know how to do event coordinating, not only for specific events, themed events, but also for events in general. So that's what I'm helping her learn right now, and I'm hoping Mikey within a couple of years will be able to start doing that up front.
Yay, Mikey.
Which is also another reason why I really, 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 really want to live out there so that I'm there.
I have a feeling that's probably going to happen in a couple of years.
And that's fine.
So I just know that you and Ben have an arrangement there, and there would be a cost associated out here, even if we're just putting like a 2-bedroom she shed.
I was going to say, all I need is space for my yarn and space for my bed.
Yep. And I know exactly where it can go. You'll have a Panther Ridge address.
Woohoo!
My mom can no longer travel. So.
Oh, okay. That's not good.
No. So what did she do? She flew out to Wyoming to fly to Texas, to drive to Rockport, Texas with some guy.
Oh, geez.
With some guy? Wow. Okay.
She met him last year. And so, yeah, all of a sudden my mom is the teenager and I'm the adult. I'm not quite sure how to deal with this.
Yeah, we're not sure what we're supposed to do in a situation like this, man.
So, but yeah, trying to think homesteader preppers wise. I will go ahead and I'll talk to that company about land clearing. As long as they're, we'll probably have to do it on days when Matt's not here so that he can just, yeah.
But then I also don't want him to be upset. And for me, I would like for him to be there to be like, okay, guys, this is what you can work on.
He is in I don't want to deal with people mindset right now. We have a lot going on here.
Okay. It's you and me then. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what the vision is. So, and hopefully by then we'll have another vehicle that I can just drive from the house to up front, and I can be the supervisor.
See, we need to get you one of those little golf carts.
That's what I want. I keep seeing them, and and I found one that was like $3,000, and it looked like a little military Jeep, and it was electric.
See?
And it had a hitch on it, so I could haul a trailer too.
Oh, hell yeah!
That was, but we have other things we have to fix first, like transmission on the van.
Yeah.
I was just driving one of those.
I know, aren't they fun?
At work, there was lots of fun. I work at SeaWorld.
Oh, see? Huh? What?
Matt works at Six Flags.
Okay.
Okay. I worked at Six Flags ago. I was like, have friends that work at SeaWorld. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in HR. I'm a trainer. I don't teach the animals. I teach the people. So I just did a class this afternoon, did a tour of the park, fed them lunch, and sent them on their way.
Yeah, when I worked at the zoo, I got to deal with the 2-legged animals coming through the gate.
Yeah. Yeah. I deal with them before they get into the park. I do their orientation. So
you might actually know, gosh darn it. His first name is Rick, and when I rented from him, he was part of the ticket group. I can't remember his last name now. But then my friend Tanya worked there for a little bit, and then I think her daughter's girlfriend is now working there. I can't remember her name, but yeah, it's like I know quite a few people that work there.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, small world.
You ought to come over and see us.
It is.
Let me know you're there. We'll get you in for free.
Oh, ooh. But I'm like, it's such a drive to get over there from where I'm at now.
I know. I know.
Especially
But our
between
big Christmas season just started. We're in Christmas already.
exactly. And that's
9 million lights.
I love visiting at Christmas because I'm also a certified tourism ambassador.
Okay.
A certified tourism ambassador. So one year I actually got to go because we had one of our meetings there. And I'm like,
cool.
Oh, here during Christmas.
Cool.
So yeah.
Matt just took 2 weeks off, so he left in Halloween and came back to Christmas. He messaged me.
That's
he said,
what
"Oh my
happens.
God,
It
it's like
doesn't take long.
everywhere."
It's crazy how
for them to change.
Yeah. It's like take off for 2 weeks and the entire place looks completely different now.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep. So,
but yeah, so do you have a company that you were going to talk to, Robin, or do you want the company that I had
the one that you were going to talk to?
Okay.
And try them first, and you know, if they can help out, great. I mean, everything that we need done isn't going to require big machines. They should
right. It just needs the manpower.
Yeah, it should be hand tools, sawzalls, you know, whatever.
Right.
You know, and we've got the one area corner by Eva's. We've got the area with the cactus. That's just that whole area is cactus, and that main area could probably be leveled. We just need to make sure we're leaving our trees that are already there.
Exactly.
My big concern is that we've got that drop off.
Exactly, that big one right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I know we're gonna have to put some sort of fence in there. I've already let Bree with the Raven's Nest know that they're gonna be right there along the fence going this way, right in front of that drop off. So they're gonna kind of act as a natural safety barrier there.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right.
And anyone else that we put on that ridge, we need to let them know. Please be forward from the ridge a little bit. You know, be careful stepping behind your canopy, whatever, because there is a sudden drop off there and we don't want anybody injured.
Exactly.
And we may have to remind them that we have a waiver of liability as a part of our vendor's contract.
Exactly.
They're taking they're responsible for their own safety. There's only so much we can do.
Exactly.
And then clean up the old cactus corral. We need to, I don't know if where we had the porta potty, if we want to build a new structure there, if we just want to use a canopy with sidewalls for right now. Remember where it was? We had that.
Yeah, because there's still a part of it up there. I'm trying to think. I feel like if we were able to build a structure, it would be stable and we wouldn't have to worry about it for a while. Whereas the canopy, I'm not so sure, but we can definitely try.
With the canopy, we can, you know, they can deliver the porta potty, then we can put the canopy up over it the day before. And and then just put the sidewalls up so for privacy.
Okay.
And also so people from the highway can't see that we have a porta potty.
Yeah.
We used to do events every weekend up here. So we had a porta potty that sat here the entire time. Some of the things that we found in the porta potty, didn't realize people had them on their bucket list to check, but they did.
And the crazy thing is it's not a rest stop. It is private property. Really? Like, really? Yeah.
So yeah, we're not gonna have a porta potty up there all the time. Of course, we're only doing 3 events, so.
Exactly.
Call around to some different places. Buddies has never written us back, has never contacted us back. I doubt they will.
Okay.
We're just looking for 1 porta potty for the weekends of homesteaders and preppers, and maybe 2 for Ren Fair.
Okay.
I mean, even if they can just get us a discount and we'll wrap it up into our expenses for the event.
Okay.
Somebody recommended checking with HEB, Lowe's grocery store that we have here in Bandera, and Boyle's True Value, and Hebner's for sponsorships.
Okay. Yeah, because I actually delivered sponsorship letters to all of them. I didn't do Lowe's, actually. I did the True Value for sure.
Well,
but I did that in the grocery store.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to go in and talk to that. Call them and set a time to talk to somebody.
Okay.
That, if I could pick the mind of Erica Rifkin, then I would find out how she's getting all of her donations. Well, she's doing something different from us. She's doing lunches for all the students, Bandera kids, on Fridays, because we don't have school out here anymore on Fridays. So they're providing free meals for area local kids on Fridays. So that's a little bit different means of approaching. So that goes back to Del Rio, asking them how they did it. So I realize kind of the disadvantage that we've had is that them and New Braunfels are using museums with a lot of property already groomed and everything else.
Right.
They don't have to do anything to get the property ready for their events. It's already done.
Sorry, I'm sending Del Rio a message real quick.
Okay. Let me go let the dogs back in.
Okay. Silly doggos. What are they thinking? The first Saturday of May is the 3rd this coming year, right? Because it was the 4th last year. I think so.
Yeah, May 3rd is the first Saturday.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, and I sent a message to Laura letting her know that we will have electricity. No. I'm sorry, he's not. What? Well, come here. Come here. Hey. Come here. Come on. Oh. Get What's it? Oh, do you see people? He's like, that's weird. All right.
Yeah, we have critters.
And this is not even mine. This is my son's cat, right?
Like, no, I'm yours.
Boop. Boop. I'm teaching him how to boop. Hey, boop.
So May 3rd is the Ren Fair?
Yes.
Yeah. And all of our events start at 10 a.m. We say they go until 6, but sometimes about 5 o'clock it slows down really bad out here. So we'll let people pack up at 5. If weather's being a major factor, then we'll. Because there's been a couple ones. What is 110 at one event, Mikey?
Yeah.
One of our events.
Yeah.
We're right up on the highway, and so we get the extreme. We get hot temperatures and stuff, and
all about it. I work at SeaWorld.
we saw 110 degrees. Nobody was stopping. Everybody was sitting there.
Should have been selling fans.
We had 6 people drop out from heat exhaustion. and we ended up having to call an ambulance for one because of heat. And I walked around at 3 o'clock and I said, "That's it, everybody, we're done. It is not worth your health and safety to stay out here when we are not even in the hottest part of the day yet."
Yeah.
You know, and everyone's like, "Thank you." I mean, we had some, we posted it out everywhere. We still had some disappointed people that we closed up early. And, you know, this one guy showed up full Viking and he's like, "Well, if I can be out here in fur, then you can be." And I'm like, "How long are you going to be in that fur?" "Oh, about half an hour."
Yeah.
We've been out here since 7 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, and we had one gal that was wearing just a full suit of armor. And she was RJ. She's the one we ended up calling the ambulance for.
Exactly.
I mean, it's, you know,
awesome costume, but girlfriend, it was too hot.
It's too hot for that stuff. This is South Texas. This, you know, you might be okay at Sherwood with all the trees and TRF when it's the fall. No, not the first weekend of May.
No.
Not in the hill country.
Cool.
So, but I think that's what we have for right now. Dee, did you want to tell us a little bit about what your proposal was?
I just wanted to know more about like what you did, how you did it, and as I said, I'm from upstate New York. I sort of made my way here being a flight attendant. I couldn't get back to upstate New York because I was based in St. Louis. Then I was based in Chicago. Then I was based in Houston, and I said enough is enough, and settled here in San Antonio, and have now bought a house just outside of San Antonio. So I bought it during COVID. My house, but my marionette company is in storage. A lot of it is still in storage. I had a tour. It was a touring marionette company. I'd like to revive that marionette company. It's just getting out there and doing it again.
Right.
I had my theater company was a not-for-profit 501c3. I'm used to all of this. We need sponsors. We need we
need volunteers.
I know all about that. I know this. I know what you're doing. I know I get it. And I've made some notes. Porta potty.
Yeah.
You know, just a couple notes just to keep them in the back of my head. You know, because I'm meeting people all the time at I'm also on the board now of SAILS, which is San Antonio Independent Living Services for people with disabilities. They just put me on the board for that. So I'm doing sponsorship for them too, and calling people and
that might actually be a good crossover with the homesteaders and preppers, because you know
that's why I asked what they were.
Yeah, because if somebody would have told me that at 50 years old I would be disabled, unable to drive, unable to work, I would have laughed at them. I really would have. You know, in 2009, my family got H1N1, and from there we started with all of us having health issues, and they're like, "Oh, lose some weight, reduce your stress." I mean, they even told my 10-year-old son he needed to lose weight.
Oh God!
You know, he was already 5'7" and weighed 120 pounds. I'm like,
oh yeah, no, he doesn't.
Telling him to lose some weight?
No. I need to find another doctor.
Yeah. Well, the thing is at the time people didn't understand what an acute viral infection would do to the body.
Right.
So that was kind of one of the blessings that came out with COVID, is they now understand what long haulers is all about, and that it can decimate your autoimmune system and your autonomic system. So when I got sick in late 2019, they diagnosed me with an upper respiratory viral infection, and then Guillain-Barré, as I started losing sensation in my feet, and it started working up. And so
that's not good.
Yeah, we were thinking the worst of life at that time. You know, this was on top of an auto accident with a cow in 2016.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
No, cow.
Oh. Oh cow. Oh cow.
Moo, baby, moo. Okay, well, it wasn't going moo, but yeah.
Well, yeah, it went moo.
Yeah.
And I went moo over it.
Celebrated with a nice steak and yeah, no.
No, actually, we went out there the next day to take photos and to find whatever pieces of my vehicle were left on the ground. And it was already doing the.
But they're drying in the shower.
And we're like, okay, no, I don't. Beef just isn't on my palate anymore. That's not to say every once in a while I don't dig and crave a big, thick, juicy steak. She's allergic to beef. She can't have beef at all. So, but yeah, I typically don't eat beef because of all the other health chicken and pork go-tos because they're easier to digest. But with all that in 2019, after I was sick in 2019 into 2020. I had 7 of 7 doctors telling me you can't work again. So I started the process for disability. It took a year and a half, 2 years to get my disability. And they're like, well, you need to try to work. You need to try to work. I have a doctorate in education. I've got 20 years of law enforcement. I have a master's in forensics. I have a master's in business management. Nobody's going to hire me. I'm overqualified. And so they couldn't understand why I can't work. It's like, well, 1, I can't drive. 2, not everywhere is ADA accessible for employees. I don't care what they tell you. And 3, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get up in the morning. I just spent 2 weeks being sick. This is my first day up in 2 weeks.
Wow.
So it's just, I can work for myself. Nobody's life or livelihood is on the line with this nonprofit. So I'm able, if I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I can do stuff at 2 o'clock in the morning. If I can't do something for 3 or 4 days, I don't think nobody really missed that I didn't post anything the last 2 days on our website.
I wonder what it was.
Social media.
No, that's okay.
Yes, we do have a website. And we also have a lot of we're Guilds of Requiem, and that's kind of our bubble of everything our umbrella that catches everything else. They determined that we were a nonprofit private organization because all of our fundraising goes to fund our organizational mission. It funds our events, it funds our educational opportunities, it funds our networking. So that's why we're a nonprofit private foundation. We don't give money to other people. The money we come in is for our service projects that help the community. We have 7 guilds. Our Agrarian Guild is what houses the Homesteaders and Preppers Guild. Basically, that's anything that has to do with growing or raising. If you're gardening, if you're chickens, cows, bunnies, pigs, whatever, it falls under the Agrarian Guild. We've got aquaponics under there. We have this big grand picture, but we're trying to keep it small right now. So we have the Homesteading and Preppers on the Agrarian website. If you go to the www.guildsofrequiem.com, the home tab, you'll see links to all of our guilds.
Okay. Are any of those guilds part of the Society of Creative Anachronism?
No.
Okay.
We have not been able to get them to come out to any of our events. I don't know if we're saying the wrong things or we're not talking to the right people, but getting people to respond back is very challenging.
I know that when I was in Troy, my theater company was in Troy, I did what was called a Mask Fest. And it was a medieval sort of fair along the Hudson River. And I was able to get the Creative Anachronism people to come out and actually do a sword demonstration.
That would be cool. If you know how to reach out to our local one, they don't respond to us very well. We've made some enemies along the way in everything that we do.
Well, I'm really good at making enemies. So.
Oh yeah, I'm excellent at it. Yeah. And I know they go through their own little politics and everything else. So.
But I know that sometimes they will come out and do.
Yeah,
because I was not for profit. I had nothing to pay them.
Yeah.
I was paying for performers. I had 4 puppet companies, and My vendors were actually paying for booths.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, at Ren Fair, the vendors do pay for their booths.
yeah.
Those at the homesteaders and preppers, if they're just vending in the farmer's market, they're paying $50
Mm-hmm.
for the space. Food vendors are free. It doesn't matter if they're selling prepackaged produce, hot and ready, out of stock, as long as they don't need power to do what they're doing. We don't charge for our food vendors. We find that's just the biggest. It helps with the biggest draws. People come looking for food. So we do charge our presenters. We don't charge them, but if they're just there selling their stuff, then we consider them a vendor and we do charge them. Sometimes we'll work out a barter, if they can come out and help, or they can help with promoting, or they can help with this or help with that. Take one of the things off of our plate, then we certainly appreciate it, and we'll help them as sponsors. That's one of the things Mike and I were talking about earlier. Is we have Country Accents Antiques and Buildings next to us. They've been here a long time, but when it's our for-profit events that they like the Ren Fair, they don't. So we're hoping with the homesteaders and preppers, with putting the bloodmobile in front of them and the volunteer fire department in front of them, they'll be okay with that, because that'll bring people to their business. So we try really hard not
That
to.
works. Yeah.
We try to cooperate with our neighbors. Our second guild is Crafters and Artisans Guild. So that's where puppets, your performing arts, that would fall under there. And it's just what it says, you're crafting your arts and crafts, your crocheting, your knitting, your multimedia, mixed media art, music, performers, not your woodworkers, the ones that do the fine details,
Right.
they fall under there. We have our Guardians Guild, which is our first responders, our healers, which are anybody in the medical field, and our warriors, which are veterans, active duty. That falls all under the Guardians Guild, along with our internal risk management department is in that. Our Merchants Guild is all about our merchandise that we sell on our website and marketing, social media, website design, everything else. Resources is our business management. Our Scholars Guild, anything that has to do with education and teaching has to go through our Scholars Guild first. That's the one. I don't know if she's in the same spot as Heather. Heather's our interim guild master for scholars, and because I'm the president, I cannot be a guild master. I can't hold an interim guild master position, because then that would be myself reporting to myself. But eventually, when I have other people to do everything else, my focus will be back on education. Our goals for that is to have a building up front for that homeschoolers can do cooperative education on different topics. I'd like to have a physical meeting place for GED students again.
Mm-hmm.
With COVID, the company that I worked for, they went to all digital out here because they just couldn't. There just wasn't the attendance. We needed to have 10 students every class, and I was lucky to have 4. They weren't coming consistently because they have to work out here. I mean, if the weather's good, they've got to work. If the weather's bad, we're out in the country, the chances of being able to there was 2 times I had to call classes because of flooding.
Right.
So my goal is to have basically a GED course on demand, where it works to their schedule, that they can come in and do one-on-one or small class learning.
Very cool.
Our Technicians Guild is our construction and our IT. So what does Matt say? If you can dream it, we can build it. If you break it, we can fix it.
Right.
That's our Technicians Guild.
Good.
That's kind of us in a nutshell.
You forgot about one. That's kind of not we're not doing anything with it right now, but the Service of Working Dog.
Oh no, that's part of Guardians.
Well, true, but it also has its own website on our
Not anymore. No, it's off.
Really? Because I see it. Yeah, it's right there.
Is there a drop down link on it that I missed somewhere?
Yeah, on the homepage.
Okay.
Like when you're hovering over the homepage, it's right below Guardians.
Okay. We do have a service and working dog handlers guild that's called a sub guild. It's underneath the Guardians Guild.
Okay.
It was for basically working dogs, canines, bomb dogs, drug dogs, guard dogs, service dogs, therapy dogs, any dog that needed training to perform its task. And they have a set task. Emotional support animals are not under that program because they do their job just by being present. They don't have to be trained. They don't, they don't have to be taught how to keep you company.
Right.
Yeah, and I have 3 of those. I will tell you something with my new job. Erwin has really stepped up.
Good.
Like he can tell when I get really emotional with a client. He'll come and nose my leg now. So I can
Yeah, cats are definitely not emotional support animals.
Yeah, no.
Like that cat will literally jump on top of me and knock my headset off while I'm talking to somebody. I'm like,
the only time I get that from my cats is when they're hungry.
yeah. Right? Freaking cats. But so the link is still there, Robin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the link is still there. It's just not active. I know it'll take you to the website, but I don't. If you go to click on any other part of the Guardian, once you go to the Guardians Guild, it's no longer in the menu bar of the Guardians Guild.
Foolage.
It was just too much for one person to handle. We had somebody who was running it, and then she had a problem with her marriage, and then she just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth, including with my money.
So do all of the guilds participate in these events?
We try. Every guild does have a function. Once we have fully with a guild master for every guild,
Yeah.
they will function at each of the events. The Guardians does like security. We have a first aid station. We have a parents den. What else do we have? We have a volunteer station where basically they have access to free water. Usually we'll have a food vendor that will send volunteers over here and we'll take care of them. They'll give them drinks and stuff, and then we reimburse them for food up to $20.
Right. Cool.
But yeah, merchants, of course, is all the marketing and the flyers and the graphics leading up to it, and all the thank yous and everything afterwards. Resources kind of stays out of the events because we're business management. That's why we have Requiems Events of Texas. We're in the process of making it an LLC. So that will be a for-profit venture of the guilds, and basically any of our for-profit things ties 10% of their profits to the guild. And
okay.
They choose to tie more back to the guilds, they can. But basically that's how we produce our own revenue. I think we were going to do 25%, weren't we, Mikey? 50% back into I know I caught her just as she was sneezing.
She sneezed Heather right out.
Yeah.
Heather just got sneezed right off the screen.
That's me. I did it. That's all my fault.
You did it.
Ooh. Hey, at least this time I caught myself and I muted.
Ah.
that one actually was pretty loud. The dogs jumped. So.
But yeah, 50% of that will get rolled back into Requiems events for improvements up front where we'll have our event center. 25% goes to pay the coordinator, and 20% back to the guild.
Okay, cool. Cool.
So, and we have our merchandise, which all of that profit comes back to the guilds. I told you somebody bought $200 worth of stuff, right?
Which is freaking awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
So what was it that they bought? I know you mentioned it.
Give me a second here. It was the Here Kitty Kitty Kitty, and Here Coffee Coffee Coffee. Give me a second, I'll pull them up.
We have some really awesome merchandise. Ooh, excuse me.
our website, and she bought the Broken Top coffee.
Okay.
She bought this one.
Yeah, coffee.
Dog chasing a coffee cup.
Nice.
See, I need one that says hot chocolate
So,
or chocolate. Chocolate.
you got this tumbler, the before coffee,
Adorable.
the after coffee. Use wisely. I made all these. I came up with all of them.
They're wonderful.
And she got the clothing. She got that t-shirt. Let God fix it, because if I fix it, I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
Okay, I have not seen that one yet.
I like that one.
She got this one, she said, for her husband. Remove all doubt, show them your nuts.
Nice.
And she got where's it at?
Oh,
I'm the tie-dyed sheep of the family.
I'm the dyed sheep of the family. Adorable.
I have a lot of fun with it. I mean, when I'm just sitting here going do, I'm bored. Hey, let's make something. So we've got a lot of things. This is the one that they laugh at in my bag.
Okay.
I have it. I didn't change the. Yeah, this one is the abbreviated one. I have a lot of PG-13s and a lot of not so PG-13s. I have this as a tumbler. I don't know where it's at the moment. There's 122 languages on it.
Nice.
It all
Very
says
nice.
coffee.
Very nice. These are great.
Oh yeah, I have lots of fun with this. I mean, you know, we've got some of our service dog stuff. Oh yeah, she also got My Hero Has 4 Paws.
Oh, cool. Okay, awesome.
And then we had somebody get.
Okay, I'm back.
Bag.
Welcome back. I was accused of sneezing you off of the screen.
Husband requested my attention for a minute, and then I realized I had to feed the cats.
Sure.
So this is a duffel bag that also sold. Reading unleashes the imagination.
I like that.
Cool. I haven't noticed that one.
A lot of these we have as a shirt, as a folder, and as a bag, and as a backpack. The other one that also sold, we sold 4 of those.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I like that one.
Nice.
So we sold 4 of those. I don't know who bought them, but they went to Nevada.
Wow.
And then when life hands you lemons, make a daiquiri.
I'm for that, yeah.
Yep.
And then the other one is when life gives you lemons, add rum.
Yeah, my son likes to do that a lot. He's a pirate. No scurvy there.
Very nice. These are fun.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of these. This is our one for supports our Guardian Guilds projects. There's a hero in all of us. That was our slogan a couple of years ago for it. We also have them set up so that it's each of the different. This one is the Guardians Guild Guardians. And this is basically our first responders. Oh, no, it's not. I need to order what are those called? patches for those. I have an affinity for the Guardians Guild because that's my primary background is law enforcement, first responders, health. Oh yeah, Mikey, we stole a pair of your pants.
I want.
I can't wait till I have time to get more involved in the Scholars Guild. Because I'll have fun helping you.
Ready, Heather? Breathe.
Huh?
Take slow breath.
I like that one.
Oh, very nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah, I want that one right there.
Oh no, you want this one.
Oh, yeah. Yep, there it is. That's me. Yep.
Then be a dragon. There's one that's
it's a toss up. Tiger, dragon. Tiger, dragon. I like them both. Why can't I be both? Why can't I be a tiger dragon?
Ooh.
A Tygon. Oh, you can be a Tygon.
Tiger, a liger.
There are actually, if you search on Google for tiger dragon, they will have pictures of not all of them very good, where they tried to blend the dragon and a tiger. Some of them are pretty cool.
That's my motto. When I'm having a bad day, I just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of mental health awareness. Your story isn't over yet.
I want that. Yeah. I want that shirt too. I love that. I actually want to get a tattoo of it.
Tell yours, and it's a story. 1 in 4 cry for help. We've actually sold. We had somebody buy 10 of these for Mental Health Awareness Month.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
So it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
I have them on marbled tees. I need to figure out how to get them all into so I don't have all these just different ones.
Like how to get them all into one so that they can choose what they want. Gotcha.
Yep. Yep.
Well, you're right, Heather. Some of these pictures are really awesome, and then some of them are like,
it's like, what were they thinking? Like, there's one that, for the most part, looks like a tiger, and they put wings on them, but they aren't. The wings look like they're cut in half.
Yeah.
You see that one?
I do. It's like the 5th one in there. Like, wow. But I like the one where like it's supposed to be a dragon head, and it's just the head, and it has like that tiger face, and then the dragon horns sticking up everywhere. I like that one.
I have to look. I haven't looked in years, so there might be some really good ones that are AI now.
Yeah, AI has been a real big help. I mean, I use that GenCraft, and if I just put in real basic stuff, I get a real basic. That's when I get all of the crazy stuff about, what's this doing, man? What? Get like 3 arms, 6 fingers, 10 toes on 1 foot. But if I get really detailed, it's like I have to write a story about the scene that I want, and then it gets it really on par.
Okay, I gotta share this one. This one's cute. I gotta zoom it out a little bit because it was showing too big. Okay. You mind if I share it? Do a screen share?
Yeah, you set up to share yet.
Absolutely adorable.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Isn't it adorable?
Look at this.
Oh my
god. It's a tiger dragon. It's a baby tiger. It's so cute. Okay.
Yeah, we love dragons. We will get off on dragons anytime. We'll go ahead and stop the recording so that we can get our next meeting here shortly. We will be back in February to give you updates on our events.
Cool.